How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another race. My name is Tim, and this is the 2025 Pedal Away Prostate Cancer Delaware Road Race. It is in Dover, Delaware, and kind of excited about this one because this is actually the third time that I've done this race. We are, by the way, just kind of like neutral rollout starting around this this parking lot, so not a whole lot going on at the moment. But anyway, so this is the 25-mile ride slash race, and it actually ends up being something like 27-ish, something like that. So a little bit longer than 25, but I guess it, with the neutral rollout, it's kind of negates that little bit. But like I said, this is the third time that I've done this race, and I have a little bit of a soft spot in my brain for this one. 2 years ago, this was the first real life bike race that I'd ever done. So I guess you could say it sort of got me into the whole thing. Not that it kind of got me hooked, but it was a good experience. So I stuck with it and everything. So yeah, a bit of a soft spot for this race. And they, the organizers and everything do a really great job. So like the event is awesome. Nice like lunch and everything afterwards. The roads are, although they're not completely closed, they are well manned at all the corners and everything. So it's good. And the last couple years, I'll talk a bit about like comparing this year to mainly to last year, because it was quite a different race than last year. The course is, I think the course is like a slightly different. I'm not sure how different. I would have to go back and like look at all that, but it does seem like it was a little bit different this year. But the weather is like perfect, absolutely perfect. There's a little wind, I think, a little headwind going out, and then maybe a bit of a tailwind coming back. But like, I mean, it was like you couldn't ask for a better day to ride. It was ideal, really. There are 33 guys, I think, or 33 guys, and then there's some girls as well. In this, they all start together. There's a 50-mile version too. That is way too long for my crit legs, so 25 is what I decided to do. All right, and you can see now we're hitting it. So this is after the neutral section, and Bill, my buddy and teammate Bill, teammate this year, was not teammate last year, but so teammate this year. He kind of attacks straight from the gun, so he's already moving up. And I guess while I'm talking about teammates and things, I should mention a little bit about the a couple of the teams in the race, because it does make a difference as we get a little further along. So there's two of us, so two Watson Whiskey guys, me and Bill. We are kind of the smallest team, I guess, if you will. There are a few guys bicycling, or guys racing, guys in this in the race. So one in front of us is Steve, and then we got Joe as well, who did it last year, and you'll see him quite a bit. And they have, I think, two other guys in the guys kit, and then like maybe one other that is in their group. So there's at least 4 of them. And then you also have the Wheel Suckers team, which is another Delaware, kind of a local Delaware group club team, and they are in like gray and white kit. You'll see them quite a bit as well. And I think there's, I want to say five of them in the race. So they definitely, definitely play a part. The whole team. So the whole team dynamic. That's becomes a factor a bit later. So we are off, and Bill is still up the road a little bit. I think he kind of just wanted to keep the pace fast and test the legs to start. And while we obviously, so he's up there testing legs, and I'm certainly not going to chase him down, and that is something that in kind of trying to be a bit better at, is the when he's on one, I can take a rest. So you'll see the kit in front of us. So the black and gray and white, that is the Wheel Suckers kit, and there's like I said, 4, 5, 6 maybe of them in this race. So it's Jason is in front of me now, and like I said, so I'm not chasing Bill back. I'm just kind of hanging out here on Jason's wheel, and because I don't want him to get away either. So I am sort of just chilling, and that is kind of the theme for the first maybe 20 minutes or so of this race. So last year, I will also link the video for last year. Well, and 2 years ago, because I did them both. The first 20 minutes last year were full out, super quick, and I took a look back at some of the numbers and things. So that could also be because I was trying not to chase Bill through his 2 attacks. He actually attacks again in a few minutes, as you see, I bring him, not me, but as you see, we bridge up to him. And so first 20 minutes last year, we averaged 26.5 miles an hour, and I averaged 217, 218 watts, something like that, which is kind of threshold-ish, I guess, for me. This year, first 20 minutes, I want to say the weather was kind of similar. I don't remember a whole lot of wind last year, but that could have played a part. So last year, 26.5 miles an hour. This year, first 20 minutes, we averaged 23.3. I do think there's a little bit of a headwinds that played a part, but my power this year, first 20 minutes, I averaged 173. So that's zone 2-ish for me. So high zone 2 ride. So I was literally kind of just chilling for the first 20 minutes. Which was great for me. I thought it was a nice ride. That, like I said, that does include 2 attacks from Bill. So he attacked earlier, and then he'll go in a few minutes here. So it really wasn't my it wasn't me pushing the pace on the front. I was just literally just hanging in the pack when he was up the road. So that definitely played a part in my low power, I think. But it also seems with the lower speed, like I said, it was just over 23 miles an hour for the first 20 minutes on a completely flat course, basically. The group also didn't seem to be too motivated to chase people back. and we'll get into that as well as we get a little further along. I mentioned the course is flat, and yeah, it is. So I don't even have the profile up because it is so flat. I think, for the 27 miles, it was like a little over 300 feet elevation, something like that. Basically no major hills to note. There's a bump at the end, like an overpass bump at the end that does come into the finish. So that is really the only thing to kind of note or mention. Even let's see. I will. Anything to talk about? I don't know if there's a whole lot else to talk about really until for a little while. So you'll see in just about a minute here, you will see Bill attack again, and yeah, I just sit for the first 20 minutes or so. So they do eventually bring him back, but it's really nice to have a teammate that is helping. So I literally just was like super chill for the first third of this race. So I will go ahead and let it play. I'll catch up again. I'll try to add little like markers in the timeline of the video so you could like skip ahead if you actually really want to hear me talk. But I understand if you just want to listen to the writing. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let this play, and then catch up again in about 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, and we are back. You can see Bill right up in, two riders in front of me. He got just brought back. So his whole he was out for 8 or 9 minutes out front, and I just kind of sat. When I did get shuffled to the front, I just flicked through right away, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I'll get into that more. So since he just got brought back, I figure, maybe people are a little bit tired, so I give it a little go. So I take off, and I don't really intend this to be like a huge move or anything, but I do give it pretty good effort to get a little bit of a gap, and much to my surprise, I do get a gap. So I kind of, settle into an effort, and kind of look back and realize they're pretty far back there. I have a decent gap. obviously there's like 30K to go, so I'm not thinking about making this stick the entire race. I'm more, kind of just trying to keep the pace a bit fast and make them wear themselves out chasing me. So, and yeah, I mean, I do this. I am away for like 12, 13-ish minutes. So I will again go ahead and let this play, and you can sit and watch the motorcycles in front of me, I guess, if you want. There is a funny point in 4 or 5 minutes here. I'll also try to mark that in the timeline where I nearly hit a snake crossing the road. So that was, entertaining. But yeah, so let me go. I'll go ahead and let this go for a while, and we'll catch up again in about 10 minutes. Thank you. Okay, and yeah, what's that? 12-ish minutes. I hung out in the front, but I am, kind of petering out a bit. I saw them, getting a little bit closer, so I sort of let off. But it was, pretty good effort, I guess, for me. Like I was saying, I sort of separated the race into about three parts, about 20 minutes. So the first 20 minutes, like I said, we averaged about 23.3 miles an hour. The second 20 minutes, a lot of that was me out by myself in the front. We averaged about 24.4. Last year we did 25 and a half. So, we are kind of gaining on our average speed from last year. But power-wise, I obviously, because I was out in the front, I was doing a bit more. So power-wise, I averaged about 207, 210, 207, something like that. And yeah, it's still sub threshold. But I guess, like I said, I wasn't really thinking that was going to be a race-winning move or anything. There's 30K from the end. I don't think I can hold a whole field off for another 40 minutes or something. So, but it was kind of fun. I've never really been off the front like that solo for a long time. So it was kind of cool. Got my own little pacer in front of me and stuff. So it was fun. But yeah, I do get brought back, and we do keep the pace a bit higher now. Actually, I kind of get filtered towards the back here, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on up at the front. But we do seem to pick it up a little bit, which is it's good to see. You can see it's stretched out. But everybody, pretty much everybody's still hanging out here. I think a couple riders were kind of dropped off the back a little bit, but for the most part, the two other teams that I had mentioned still have everybody here. So it is a good group. And what do we got? So 20K to go. Yeah, so we're coming up on the point where I say, meaning like the field, loses this race. So I'm not like 100% sure what happens. But you can see, like, just up in the distance, there's a couple riders off the front. I think that's Bill and Jason. So my teammate Bill, and then a Wheelsuckers teammate Jason. And we do pick it up a bit here. Like guys and girls. A few girls still in the field here. And so we pick it up a bit to chase them down, which is good. It's just like, really good to see, because everybody's seems like they're all working to bring them back, which, for me, like, I'm not going to be chasing that, but unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure what happens, and Jason will be upset that I didn't get his move on camera, but at some point, what seems like happens is, when the field sort of catches them, Bill, you'll see him drop back a little bit through the field on the right, and I think Jason puts in a bit of an effort to get a little bit of a gap and kind of just rolls away from the field. Well, I say a bit of an effort, but it was probably a pretty hefty effort, because he like, sort of all of a sudden, he had like a 10-15 second gap on the field. So I'm not exactly sure when that happened. You can see the Pacer motorcycle. So you see Bill on the right over here, being brought back, and you see Joe. Joe does, I don't want to say attack, but he does put in that effort there to try to chase Jason back, I think. But it doesn't happen right away. So we don't, for some reason, we don't like organize much of a chase to pull Jason back. So he's got a pretty hefty gap, pretty quickly. Like, it happened pretty quickly. So you see, we got 18K to go, and we're like 38 minutes into this race. So we're getting down to the last 20 minutes or so, and he's got a pretty good gap. So we for the next like 10 minutes or so, I think I'll go ahead and let it play, but it doesn't really seem like the field is super organized or super motivated at the moment. So I think maybe the thought was like he wasn't going to be able to stay away for a long time, but we're not super motivated here. So I'll go ahead and let this play for another 10 minutes or so, and you can catch up to us a bit later.
Who's up the road, Jason? I got a little bored, Joe. You want to take it? Yeah,
All right, and fast forward about 10 minutes ish, and Jason is still up the road, and like the gap grew. I don't think we let off really, but like he's got a pretty good gap now. So around about now, Bill and I kind of looked at each other and was like, all right, we got to start pulling this back. So we start trading pulls, and the blue and pink rider in front of us, who is I think also working with the guys team. We trade a bunch of pulls, and with the hope that we can close that gap in the remaining 12K of this race. And I think anyway, we do a pretty good job of pushing the pace when one of us is on the front. But the problem with that is that the Wheelsuckers team, who again, remember, so you can't even see Jason. He's up there. I mean, he's got, I don't know, probably 45-second gap, maybe a minute gap or so. Super good effort by Jason. And so we do a pretty good job of trading pulls and keeping the pace high. The problem is that the Wheelsuckers team, Jason's team, they still have a bunch of guys in the field. So there's still like three or four guys left in the group here in the front group. So what they do, which is like kudos to them, it's like perfect team tactics. They must just have people kind of sit on the front guys, so sort of up towards the front of the pack here. You see, I take another pull, and you'll see, because I had just taken a couple of pulls, I flick through, and there's a guy's rider, but then there's like at least one Wheelsucker. So there's a Wheelsuckers there, and then there's one more who will be up front the whole time. So like as soon as whoever's in the front flicks through, like it seemed like every time I was in the front and flicked somebody through, there was like a Wheelsucker that was right there. And of course, like right now there's a Wheelsucker on the front, and like he's not gonna pull. He's not pulling his teammate back, not chasing his teammate, as NorCal would say. They do like a really good job of disrupting the chase, I would say. So, we're kind of trading pulls, but every couple of pulls, it's like one of the teammates, so they, slow us down a bit, which is perfect. So it was a little not frustrating, because like this is what they should do, but it was. Yeah, it's kind of cool on their part, but frustrating on our part, because there's like 10K to go, and he's still got a good sized gap. So, Bill and I are kind of scrambling at this point, but I think it's in our heads that unfortunately we are not going to catch him. So yeah, spoiler alert, but Jason does stay away. He stays away to take the solo victory, which is awesome. Really good effort by him. Like that was, super strong. He was away for the last, almost 30 minutes solo up the road by himself. So yeah, really, really good effort. He, kept his pace really high. So it was great. And like the teammates for him in the back in our group were, like I said, working really well to disrupt our chase attempt. So yeah, it was great. It was perfect. So yeah, kudos to them. And you'll see, I'm on the front again, taking what I hope is a decent pull, and I'm like, all right, we got to keep the pace high. So I flick through, and like, what do I see when when I flick my arms? But you know, but two wheel suckers guys on my wheel. So yeah, it's really hard to keep the pace high when they disrupt so much. So yeah, it was perfect team tactics on their part. All right, and you know, so we do this for the next 10 minutes or so. So I will catch up for the last finishing stretch in about 10 minutes. All right, and we are coming into the last couple of K, and I think we have resigned ourselves to the fact that we are not going to win this bike race. Jason has it firmly in hand at this point. He ends up gapping us by about a minute, I think. Ends up finishing about a minute ahead of the field. So like I said, super strong ride, and it turned out really just perfectly for them. So but we're coming up on this last straightaway stretch here. So there's a straightaway, a little curve, but straightaway, and then there's like a bump. There's a overpass hill, and I know that I can't out sprint many of these guys. So like I was sort of coming in thinking like that the hill is kind of where maybe I should make my move. 'Cause I don't mind hills that much. And it kind of works out. So right about here, I'm thinking like I'm kind of boxed in. Like I don't really like my position. Like I'm on Joe's wheel, and I know Joe knows what he's doing. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm probably okay. But like I think I was afraid to be boxed in. So like I was a bit nervous about being stuck and like missing somebody who takes off at the front. So as we come up to the hill, to the overpass, I kind of like I feel like I'm boxed in, so I sort of like make a move around the left side here. This is like so I lose Joe's wheel, and I realize that, so I'm like, oh no, like the race is getting away. So I put a nice dig up the hill. And then, see Joe again. So I jump back on his wheel. I see Bill as well, and he's kind of fading back a bit, and gives me a little encouragement, which is awesome. So get up to the top of the hill, and I'm like, all right, like I'm still feeling pretty good, and I can't out sprint these guys. So like I need to make a move early. So I kind of take off here with 600 meters to go. I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking, because like there's no way that I'm holding a whole field off for 600 meters. Yeah, and I don't, but it is kind of unfortunate. So right about here, you'll see, I kind of step on it, and I'm trying to hold this off, but you'll see me look back, and there was and this is going to end pretty quickly, so I do get past at the finish line by a couple of guys, so I do not hold off the whole field, and that's, unfortunately there was a crash. A buddy of ours went down, pretty hard, so there was a crash back there, kind of with me, attacking off the front, and he went down pretty hard, but I think some of the field was also held up by him. So, I feel it's a weird, conflicting situation, because, I'm excited about having a nice finish and all that. Unfortunately, it came at the expense of a crash, and, he went down pretty hard, so we're praying for him. Hopefully, heals up quick. But I end up fourth overall, third in that bunch sprint, and then second in my age group, which is great. And I think Bill ends up third in the age group as well. He was seventh overall, so it's a pretty good team showing. And it's a cool race. So I enjoy it. I come back every year, and that is, I will come back next year as long as they have it. So if you are in the area, I recommend it. It's a fun one, and they do a great job. There's, like I said, a picnic lunch afterwards, and food and sponsors and everything. So it is, a nice day on the bike. And like I said, we're praying for Ray, who's the guy who went down. He's pretty banged up, so hopefully he heals up quickly. And thank you for watching this whole thing. It was very long, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.